Where are all the good guys? I swear there's no good guys in this city. Oh my God, they're either married or gay. I'm afraid I'm gonna be alone forever. Have you ever heard those statements? Or heard yourself say them? I know I've heard plenty of women over the years make these same proclamations, and these are the same women that want to attract love. They want to connect with a deep, fulfilling relationship that their heart is craving. And yet the words that they say and how they actually feel, not to say that that hasn't been their experience, but again, whatever we give our attention to, we will create. And so these are what I call love blocks. So in this video, you're gonna learn how to identify a limiting belief or love block and how to clear them. Before we get started, I wanna make sure I get my free resource in your hands. It's my love attraction quiz. In it, you're gonna learn the 15 top sabotaging beliefs that block women from love and what to do about it. I'll put a link in the description below. Be sure to grab it. It has a whole guide with it, and it'll teach you step by step how to clear these limiting beliefs. All right, make sure you like this video and subscribe. That'll help the algorithm reach more people so we can spread the love. Be sure to stay till the very end, because I'm going to share one of my favorite resources with you on how to attract love by raising your frequency. Hi, I'm Michele Ariana, and I love helping ambitious women attract love while loving themselves and without losing themselves. On this channel, you're going to see tons of videos to help you create healthy, magical relationships, starting with self. Okay, let's dive in. A love block is a limiting belief or a paradigm that keeps you from creating what you want. Check out this video right here. You can learn more. It'll help you identify what a love block is and how to clear it. But for this video, I want you to be able to notice what are the words coming out of your mouth. What are your thoughts? That how you think about love and relationships, and how do you speak about it? So in this video specifically, I want you to take out a piece of paper and just identify all the limiting beliefs that you think about love, men or the opposite sex, relationships, yourself, any of them. Things like, I'm not good enough, I'm too tall, too short, too skinny, too muscular, too fat, too successful, I'm too much, I'm not enough, like anything. Again, download the Love Attraction Quiz Plus Guide. That's gonna give you the top 15 that most women experience to see that could help get you started, so you can take the quiz and see if you have any of them. The reason I want you to write them down is because we're gonna refute them. We're gonna challenge each of them. This is the work, this is the journey. If you want to attract epic, amazing love, it's going to require you to go to your next level. The same person you are now, what you're attracting now is going to be different than what you want to attract. So you have to rise in who you're becoming. You have to become the next version of yourself in order to attract a next level version that you desire. My whole concept that I teach women is become whole and complete within, because once you are whole and complete, you're not looking outside of yourself for a partner to fulfill you. You're so fulfilled, which is an energy. And everything on the planet is energy. Science shows us this. Our thoughts, our emotions, those are energies. It's a frequency. So what you put out, you broadcast out, is gonna come back like a magnet. The law of attraction shows us this, the law of assumption, but just magnetism in general. Like, you want to make sure you are thinking, feeling, speaking in alignment with what you desire. So the first step to help you clear these love blocks is to identify them, okay? And again, you must be willing to do the work. This is part of it. Once you have that list, I want you to counteract each of those limiting beliefs. For every limiting belief you have, I want you to ask yourself, is this really true? Do I have evidence of the opposite of it? When I look outside, could I find evidence to refute that limiting belief? And then the third question is, how has this limiting belief held me back? If I hold on to this longer, how is this going to block me? The key is you want to challenge the mind, because when we get into habit, 95% of our mind is on autopilot at the unconscious level. And when we have limiting beliefs, they're at an unconscious level. You don't even realize it. So that's why I want you to become aware of, what are you saying? Are you saying things like, there's no good men? Well, here's the deal. Here's how I reframed that. And that's your next step. Once you write those 3 questions for each of the limiting beliefs, now I want you to write a new statement, a reframe for each of the limiting beliefs. If you wrote down that you had a belief of there's no good men in any city, well, write a new belief. Anywhere I go, there's an abundance of men. Even if you don't believe it just yet, you want to start to train your brain to start to focus on something else. Because here's the deal, the way that scientifically your brain works, your focus creates your feelings. Your feelings create chemical reactions in your body that influence your habits and the actions you take. Believe it or not, if you have limiting beliefs, it will influence not only how you act, but what you see. There's an area in your brain called the reticular activating system, the RAS for short. The reticular activating system modulates your sleep cycles, but it also controls what you focus on, and you give it directives. So what you continually pay attention to at a conscious level, what you tell yourself, what you are reading or focusing on, putting your attention towards, signals to the brain that that's important to you. And so what it does is it will narrow your focus. The brain will delete, distort, and generalize anything that's not relevant to what you're putting your focus on, because the brain's trying to help you survive. There's billions of bits of data that you could be consuming. That's too much for the brain. So it has a mechanism that your RAS, reticular activating system, modulates, and it will literally narrow your focus where you won't see anything else than what's important to you. So if you are telling yourself, and it doesn't mean what's important to you, what you truly feel, it's what you continually focus on and tell yourself. So if you're telling yourself there's no good men, for example, or I'm not good enough, the reticular activating system is like, okay, well, that's the order. So it will only notice things that validate that as true for you. So you will literally not see any good men, or you will constantly find things where you're not good enough, or whatever's gonna back up or support the limiting belief that you're holding on to. Your RAS is just gonna keep showing you more of that because the brain thinks that that's important to you. So here's how you hack this. Here's how you create a hack and rewire your mind. Start to tell yourself, identify where the limiting beliefs are, reframe them, and tell yourself what you do want to see. There's an abundance of men. You know what? I'm willing. If you can't get there and believe that, if you feel like you're telling yourself a lie by writing a belief, you don't want to do that. Start with I am willing. I'm willing to start noticing more men that are of quality. I'm willing to see the good parts of myself. So a way to reframe some of your limiting beliefs, if you can't say I am, the positive belief, just say I am willing to be this, to have this, to create this. So for example, when it comes to the belief we kicked off this video with, there's no good men, here's how I reframe that. Any city I go to, there's always an abundance of incredible men. Wherever I go, the men are like in droves. There's tons of amazing high vibe men. When I lived in San Diego, I called it Man Diego. When I lived in Denver, I called it Menver. When I lived in Scottsdale, I called it Scotsmail. Find fun ways to reframe your beliefs, to create new beliefs and assumptions, to tell your reticular activating system, hey, show me more of what I want instead of more of what I don't want. Again, where focus goes, energy flows. So if you're putting your focus on these limiting beliefs and love blocks, that's all you're gonna see. So start to create new love activators, love magnetizers is what I call them. Again, be sure to grab my free quiz and guide. In it, you're gonna be able to clear the 15 sabotaging beliefs that block women from love and be able to put new beliefs, install new beliefs into the hardware of your mind. All right, I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share. You never know who else might be able to get benefit from this video. Also, I have an amazing masterclass called The Frequency of Love. If you're interested in attracting love by aligning your energy and just be able to become a magnet, like a lot of my clients that go through my programs, where before they're done, they wind up manifesting not only deeper levels of self-love, but just incredible relationships, new quality men flowing in their life. I mean, it's incredible. Be sure to check out The Frequency of Love. I'll put it in the description below. Comment below, do you have any love blocks that you noticed yourself saying? Have you ever said any of those statements, or have you heard other people say those statements? Leave a comment below, I'd love to hear. All right, thanks so much for watching. Till next time, I'll talk to you soon.